Hi, Julie Jones from SSB Performance, Smarter, Stronger, Better Mindset Training. Here with this week's Mindset Made Simple Tip of the Week, brought to you by Game Day Sportswear. This week we're talking about busy mind, we need better breath, and how breath work can help us perform better. Well, I'm going to admit that I have put off for far, far too long a breathing practice, a consistent breathing practice. I use breath work, sometimes when I'm laying in bed, a lot of the times when I'm driving in a car. But I've put it off because in my mind, I'm telling myself this story that I can't keep my mind quiet that long. I've got too many other things to do. Laying there, I lose my focus too often and it's just not worth it. Well, because I've been telling myself these stories, I've been robbing myself of two really powerful tools. And those are mindfulness and the benefits of training my awareness and my focus. And I've always thought, gosh, I don't have time to sit and hum for 20 minutes. But the bottom line is that using our breath for any time intentionally, obviously we're breathing all the time, can change our performance. And I'm here today to try to get you to consider putting breath work into your daily routine, into the routines of those that you lead. So the funny thing is that over the past couple months, apparently I've been doing this sort of out of my consciousness, because my wife tells me the other day, she goes, is this a new breathing practice or what's going on? Right? So I'm sitting on the floor in our TV room and I've got all these pieces of a contraption that I bought to help my dad get out of his chair, and it didn't work. So we need to send it back to Amazon. And I don't know how many times you go to Amazon to return things, but I seem to go there a lot. And I was trying to get it back into the box. And for some reason, as I'm sure you've experienced, it's always way harder to get it back in the box than it was to take it out of the box. So I'm sitting there and all of a sudden I was like, and that prompted the comment, hey, is this like something new? Are you doing this on purpose? And I said, well, yeah, I'm a little stressed. We've had a lot going on for the past 2 months. And apparently I am inadvertently, not even inadvertently, but unconsciously using this breath to help me manage what's going on. And apparently it can be annoying from the tone of the conversation that we had there. But this is the first time that I've done this. So back in grad school, I used to get teased by Dr. Pat Hill, who was my office mate. She said I would walk in and I would say, okay. So she would, with glee, walk around and say, okay, with a little chuckle, because that was my recentering without really realizing that I was changing the way that my body was focusing. I was self-regulating. I had a lot on my plate. I had 2 GAs. I was coaching, I was teaching, taking the classes, and it was helping me balance my physiology so that I could get to work on whatever I needed to do next. Sort of subconsciously, my body was doing this. Had I used breath work a little bit in college? Sure. Did I know about it? Did I read about it? Of course. This was way before mental performance was a big thing, obviously. But my body was resetting itself intentionally with changing the way that I was breathing. And now, of course, I find myself back at it today with a lot on my plate. But breath is one of the fastest ways we can influence our nervous system. And we know this. Stop breathing for a while. Your nervous system will change. Breathe in and almost like hyperventilate. Your nervous system will change. Slow your breath down. Your nervous system will change. We know that this has a direct impact on how we feel, what our body is doing in its function, and on the way that we think. And yet we are averse to thinking, I need a breathing practice or I need a breathing tool. It's not just about relaxation. We're not talking about sitting on a comfy pillow with our legs crossed and our hands out and saying namaste. We're talking about physical regulation. And this directly affects the way that we perform. It helps us think more clearly. It slows our heart rate. It widens our field of vision. There are a list of 15 things that I could go through here of why this helps this from top to bottom. It increases our oxygen and our oxygen intake, regulates our carbon dioxide and oxygen sort of, that threshold that where we need to be. Research shows, and you've heard me talk about this before, that one of the best ways that we can regulate our nervous system and our system as a whole is a physiological sigh. That simple. Takes 5 seconds. And you can hear how good I am at letting out that audible exhale right there. But it's too short, a full inhale with another short inhale and a full exhale. Now we have just lowered our stress response in that amount of time. Other research by Ma et al. Says that even just a few minutes of slow, intentional breathing improves our attention. It improves our mood, and it calms our stress. So whether it's one simple little physiological sigh in, or it's 1 or 2 minutes, both of them regulate our system, which under pressure, we are not very adept at, and we know that. But here's the piece I missed. I thought that breath work was about being focused, focused, focused. What breath work really is about, obviously regulating our system as we just talked about, but it's also about meta-awareness, being aware of when I'm not aware. It's about noticing when our focus leaves us and then bringing it back. And that practice alone is what I've been missing and cheating myself out of. The ability to go there and come back here because I want to, because I decided to, because I have full control over that. That skill, it's a trainable skill, is everything, and it changes everything. Every single time that we catch our mind wandering, and a research study from Harvard says our mind wanders 47% of the time, it is going and coming and going and coming, but lots of time it goes and it stays, right? Every single time we do that, it's what psychologists call meta-awareness. And this is directly, according to research, linked to confidence. Confidence. How can breathing affect my confidence in a positive way? Let's think about that just for a second. We are going to, as performers, as high-level performers in any realm of life, we are going to deal with frustration and distraction and emotion and mistakes and the joy, that joy emotion, even overexcitement. All those things are going to happen to us. They are coming for us no matter what. It's part of the price of admission. And every single time emotion boils itself up without even thinking, a thought comes in without us inviting it, every single time that happens, if we can notice it with this meta-awareness, we want to use a technical term, and then pull it back, we're in charge. We are in charge. This is huge. Our confidence is strengthened because it comes from knowing that we can reset and return to where we are whenever we want to. It's practice. It's confidence. Breath work is a built-in reset button. And here, I'm going to read some of the things I have in the tip directly. This is what it does because it ties directly to the 3 power moves, right? It trains us to build awareness when we've lost focus. Power move number 1, choosing one thought or the other. We trust ourselves to return no matter how many times that we have drifted. Power move number 2, we have the ability to respond. Something happens, we have practiced getting back to what's important now. And then lastly, with our power moves, it calms our physiology. Power move number 3, we can always manage our state with our breath. It's almost silly that it's so simple. There's no getting around it. There's no getting around it that we're going to be distracted. These things will happen. But the cool part is that we are confident because we know we can bounce back from them because we've practiced it. When I'm sitting and breathing for 1 or 2 minutes and my mind wanders and I notice it and I bring it back, I get better at that every single time. It'll continue to happen no matter how long I do it. I'll just keep getting better at it. It'll happen less and less and less. And it'll be less time between those attentional blinks, which in those attentional blinks, we lose information about what's going on around us. It'll get better and better and better. We may lose it, but we don't lose it all because we're able to come back. So truthfully, my annoying audible exhale is basically saying, okay, I'm back. Let's go. Right? Whew, here I am. I am present. I am focused. I am ready for whatever comes my way. And I may have to do it 15 more times. But every single time I'm pulling my back to say, hey, Julie, you got this. Here we go. And here's the kicker. We don't need 20 minutes. As Ma et al. Were talking about in their study, just a couple minutes a day can help us. And if you think about it, a couple minutes at a breathing sort of cadence of 5 in, 5 out, that's 12 breaths. 12, if I'm doing my math right, in 2 minutes. 5 in, 5 out. You can do it however you want to. You don't have to do it like somebody else does. You don't have to do it in time that you don't have. It can be something so simple before a meeting, before a game, before a practice, before one particular at bat or one particular penalty kick or one particular whatever that we're facing at the time. It doesn't have to be something long and drawn out and like all worked up and this is my big breathing practice. It can be 1 to 2 minutes, or it can literally be 3 or 4 seconds. And either one that you choose is going to change how you present and how you're present, both. So we're not just training our breathing, we're training our mind to build and notice and re-engage and reset so that we can be focused and ready to perform. So maybe you should start annoying the people around you. How about a simple practice? If you go to the tip, it's written down in there, ssbperformance.com/blog. Take a deep inhale. Exhale audibly, slowly, completely. Say okay if you want to, just to remind yourself that, hey, we're moving forward, we're good. And see how it shifts your state. It will shift your state. You want to add a simple practice, 5 in, 5 out, from 1 minute, 2 minutes before you go and do something. You're getting yourself ready. You're taking yourself from fight or flight, if you're under pressure, to rest and digest. Give yourself a chance to think, and then go out there and get yourself fired back up and go at the level that you need to be, the level that you choose, not the level that you just happen to show up at. So it's not about doing it perfectly. It's about giving yourself the benefit of changing your physiology and improving your focus. And those two things can make you perform better. It's about noticing, it's about re-engaging, and it's about moving forward. And that is really the key. Your breath's always with you. It's a tool that you can use at any time. And that one simple might be the best and most important rep that you take all day. So, as my son says at the end of every morning announcement, have a great day or not. The choice is up to you. Have a breathing practice or not. The choice is up to you. But I encourage you to think about how you can use your breath to change the way you show up and to improve the way that you bounce back. Until next week, have a great day or not. It's your choice.